All right. So today I'm going to do a quick recap, and also I'm going to kind of finish this free training today. So to kind of summarize everything. So that is what I'm going to do. Right. So yeah, this is Microsoft Dynamics 365 training. So the focus is to look at the roles that you can do with Dynamics 365 and also to look at how those roles fit into Dynamics 365. I'll be talking about the role as a BA, QA, DA, Scrum Master, even talking about the project managers as well. Anyway, so and this is the final part of the 3 sessions that we do. So for those one that are joining today, so you want to know what Dynamics is kind of a tool. To be honest, I would rather call it a suite of different tools, right, that you can use to manage sales or marketing campaign, tracking, business or customer interactions. And there's also finances and as well operation in there. So basically you use it to kind of manage relationship with customers, right? And most companies will use it anyway to manage their operation and make it effective. So like I said, it's portfolio of different applications, right, that they use to be able to um, enable businesses to become more agile and to reduce the complexity anyway. So that's what the tools is for. So we have different parts of Dynamics 365. We have customer engagement part and also finance and operation. I'm going fast because I've touched on this one before, right? And these are different modules that you can see in Dynamics 365, the journey, how Dynamics 365 started to where it is today. And this is for the finance and operation, yeah, how it started from where it was now until where we are right now. Same thing applies to this one as well. So this is what you can get within the customer engagement. Like you can see before, I've kind of split them into two: customer engagement and finance. Within the customer engagement, you will get that. Also, you have the finance capability. This is related to an accountant. So for instance, if you're an accountant and you're looking for a space in the IT and that is suitable to you, that is one area. To be honest, so I've actually been approached by different people. I'm an accountant. I want to do a BA. What do you recommend? And to be honest, this would be something that I would really, really recommend for an accountant if you want to make a transition into IT. I think just go and study Dynamics F&O. You would get your space in there. And if you are also looking to after that, so BA is one area that you need to look into, right? When you become a BA and you're an accountant, and then you also know F&O, Dynamics 365, or other ERP, to be honest, I think you would thrive in that area, to be honest. And also the same thing applies to the project managers as well. Anyway, so yeah. And to be honest, even if you are a Scrum Master, you have accounting background, or you are a tester with accounting background, to be honest, you really, really thrive. I've worked on projects with F&O, to be honest. I'm not from accounting background, from software development background. I struggled, right? Because there are a lot of terminologies I couldn't understand, even what is receivable, what is payable. To be honest, even I didn't even get it. I have to Google them out because I want to understand why we are doing this anyway. So this is really, really important. If you are from social science background, you are not from science background, I think this particular tool will really help you. And there are a lot of jobs on that anyway. And also if you are from sales as well, so some people you might have read maybe marketing, sales. Yeah, this also is also good for you as well, to be honest. You can look into that. Or you've done operation before, customer service, and this you will find a space in Dynamics. And also if you have done human resources and there's also space. And if you are also into data, you can see there's Power BI, there's sales report, and as well that you can actually kind of get your space, even dashboard, you have in Business Central as well. So those are areas that you would focus on. I'll be touching on a few of these modules, right? Not everything, but this session is to kind of enlighten you and open your eyes to different parts of the Microsoft Dynamics, actually. So for those people that don't know me, my name is Deji, right? I am an MVP with Microsoft, which means that I get to kind of work directly with Microsoft on most of these tools and also give feedback to Microsoft on what they do. And yeah, that's what you will hear me talk about different tools that Microsoft are producing anyway, because I kind of sit within their team anyway. So yeah, let's talk about Dynamic quickly for those people joining us before now. I'll quickly go into that. Most of us will have been able to go through this process before. You might not know it, right? But all of us, we are part of this process, right? Even the fact that you are here, right? You've also gone through this process, right? And when we send an email out, you might have been qualified as or identified as a lead, right? Because we're looking for people that are interested in Dynamics 365. Majorly everybody might be, okay? But we are looking for people that are also interested in becoming a BA, a QA, DA, SMPM. So because at that point, some people would drop out, right? So those ones that dropped out we will classify them as lead disqualified, right? Because even though they were lead, they were not a lead that we can qualify. Do you get it now? And now, if you then find out, okay, I'm interested in Dynamics 365 and I want to become a BA or a DA or QA, SM or PM, then you are checked as a lead that's been qualified. The same way, you might also have gotten a call from another organization before, and they're trying to sell a product to you. Most of us will got those spam messages or calls. They said, "Oh, is your name Deji?" Yeah, okay, yeah. How did you get my number? Maybe you're like myself. Yeah, you might have fill a form online and everything. So at that point that you are filling the form, you are a lead that has been identified, and they call you, right? They call you to profile you, right? If your profile suits what they're looking for, you are lead qualified. Do you get it now? Let's say they're looking for someone that's going to kind of buy a particular resources or get a service, or yeah, if you are qualified to get that service, then you become a lead qualified. And that means an opportunity will be created for them, right? So within that opportunity, you either become like a contact that they can call, because what happens is like they might then put your information and pass it over to some people. Some of us have been on a situation whereby we gave our contact to a different company, and eventually another company called us, right? So which means that what they did is like this other company was the one that got the lead, and then they sold it as an opportunity to another company, and then you are a contact. Do you get it now? So, but once you've now kind of say, okay, yeah, I'm really, really interested. Can you let me know more? Then you become like they will create a code for you, and you look at the code, you accepted the code, and then of course, after you accept the code, you order, and then you fulfill your order, they send it to you. And even if you look at the fact that Amazon is also like that as well, right? You would go to Amazon portal on a particular page, and at that point you're a lead, right? That's why you will see that sometimes you will see yourself in Amazon, right? And at the bottom they will say related goods, or they will say goods or service. They will say item that you might be interested in. Technically, they profile you. You become a lead actually at that point, and they will recommend some opportunity goods that you can buy, right? So then after that, you will click on that, you see a code that this is how much we're going to get. And you say, okay, add to cart. That means you've accepted that code, right? And they'll give you an order is created, then you make a payment, then so, and one thing, like most of the companies that you see online will use Dynamics at the back, You might not see them in the front, like, yeah, but at the back, there's a workflow that they are doing. So, and there are people that will write the requirement for those workflow, like a BA, right? And also, you will also get some people that will test those flows as well, keyways, right? And you have the Scrum Master or project manager that will ensure that all these people work together and they deliver, okay? And after you've kind of finished those processes as well, right, you would also have like data analysts analyzing those data, to be honest. How many people came to the site? So when you become a lead, where did they drop, right? Because you want to know, right, that, oh, 80% actually progressed to become a lead, right? 20% was called disqualified. But how many percent of those actually got their code accepted? Those are the things that as a data analyst, you will be analyzing from the data they give to you from Dynamics 365. So those are the things that you would be working with as you work within data and Dynamics 365. And last time I spoke about these basic entities, Colak anyway. So those are basic entities within Dynamics. So, and I spoke about contacts, opportunity, leads, account, and cases. So we're going to quickly go through that. So this should look familiar to some people. I showed a portal last week. I'm not going to go that today because by the end of today, I want to ensure that everyone has got visibilities of the site and everything. So then next week when we do meet, then it's going to be that, okay, I'll send you the portal, give you the details, and you're able to start practical session from that anyway. So, but now this is a snapshot of how Dynamics 365 says up will look like, right? But I think last week also, we also had about different modules as well. They look virtually the same, right? And one thing that I want to say, even for you guys that have kind of gone through the training for 2 weeks ago or this week, that said something, even if you don't get anything out, right, it's very, very important for you to get this right. There is a particular tool that you want to ensure that you know within the Dynamics 365 that will help you and help you to navigate through the Dynamics 365 is Advanced Find, okay? So if you don't know where to go to, just click on that and you'll be able to put anything that you want, whether you want, like, for instance, someone said I should create a receivable or payable. I don't know what that is. What I would do is I just go in there and I click on that and I will, yeah, put there. So there's also a lot of search and they've got the same layout. You got the left part, which is information page, and you have your main page here. And also then you have your command bars at the top. And this command bar will change based on the entities that you are working with, okay? And also then you have the workflow, right? The workflow is the next one to say, okay, for instance, now this is the lead to opportunity, right? So from what I showed before now, you can see when you want to convert a lead to an opportunity, that particular lead has to be qualified. Do you get it now? So once you qualify the lead and you develop that opportunity, right? So it means that now we got the lead. And what do we need to do? We need to call this lead. We need to ensure that we get a proposal together and everything. So, and you decide to develop and then you propose it as well. You decide to get proposal out. And then after that, you will close that lead. Do you get it now? That opportunity is now being closed. And so last week also I mentioned on different parts, okay, opportunity close as one, opportunity close as being lost as well. So those are the things that you can also do. Okay, so okay, so and I said, okay, who are these program for? So if you're a Scrum Master or you're a project manager, business analyst, Scrum software tester, DA, and functional tester. But to be honest, a caveat, I would speak less about a functional consultant, right? So if you want to be a functional consultant, you may not hear me a lot saying about it because I'm going to focus less on this. But my focus is basically will be on this 5 at the top anyway. So, and if you want to become a functional consultant and you register, please do let me know. I'm happy to refund because I will not talk a lot about functional consultant. But however, I will let you know what they do, right? Functional consultants are like the developer within Dynamics 365. They don't call them developers because they don't need to write code. Okay, what they do is they just config based on what the BAs have written. So if BA says, okay, yeah, we need this to be here, we need that to be here, so the functional consultant will have configured. But there's also functionality to write a little code in C# anyway. So because Dynamics 365 is what you call is a sample of low code, no code. Anyway, it means that you can decide to say no code, or you will write a low code. They call it no code, low code. Basically, that means you have opportunity to not to write code as a developer, or you write a low code, right? You don't need to write a lot of code as if you are writing a C# program. And I said also last week that, yeah, I would also be showing you a particular tool, right, that would really help you. So because some of the issues with Dynamics is the fact that you don't know how to navigate yourself. You don't know where to go to, even if you're a Scrum Master or a BA, you don't even know where to start. But this particular tool would give you a scenario, there are several scenarios on how to create different parts. For instance, now, if you want to create an account, what do you need to do? If you want to kind of open a grid, what do you need to do? Or if you want to sort your grid, what do you need to do? Or if you want to add account to a post, or you want to add tags to an account, those are the things that you need to just read. By reading them, even though they are kind of in a common case, but you can see what they actually mean anyway. So there are test cases, right? But they are actually if you run them, it will allow you will see how the journey goes anyway. But sometimes if you don't even need to read it, you just need to understand how that is. So I think last week I also showed an example, right? So then also, who are the different companies? These are a sample of even a few companies, but the big ones anyway. But I would say a lot of companies are using Dynamics 365 anyway, even more in the UK. So someone asked last week that, yeah, is Dynamics 365 an ERP? Yes, the answer is yes anyway. So you can see the share of Dynamics 365 as against other ERP products. So in terms of jobs, there are a lot of jobs with Dynamics 365 as a BA, as a consultant, even, and as well as, yeah, testers as well anyway, yeah. So yeah, now this link is what I sent early in a few moments ago. So if you want to kind of join this session after today, so it's not a would you have to pay, unfortunately. So, but like I said, I will do justice to everything today to answer your questions, to tell you how Dynamics works and everything, so that even if you go for interview, you're able to say something about that anyway. So yeah, so and that is that. So yeah, last week I mentioned leads. I'm not going to go into details on this one, but you just know that a lead is an individual or someone that is interested in a particular information about a particular company or service that they offer. So that is basically a lead. Like I said, you could be a lead. To be honest, most of us, we are already lead on a particular product or services anyway. So, okay. And to create a lead, what you need to do, right, is to go on the left part here, okay? Click on lead, okay? And you will see this section of the lead. Then after that, you click on new, okay? So what you need to do, click on new, yeah. So once you click on the new, which is here at the top, right? So, and the next thing that you need to do, fill the form. This is an example of a lead form for a lead. And then after that, you will click on save. So once you've done that, that is a lead created. So the next thing is opportunity. You can create a new opportunity, or you can qualify a lead as an opportunity. So there's different ways, okay, that you can do it. Last time, I think I created a new one, right? Yeah, or a new opportunity, but you can also qualify a lead to become an opportunity. But opportunity is basically a potential sale, yeah, that you want, the company you want to establish anyway. So, and that's basically what it is anyway. So, and as a company, you want to keep track of those opportunities. And some people may call it like a sales engagement, okay, that you are working on, right? But those are your opportunity. You want to close a lead. And you see, when businessmen say, I'm closing a lead, basically, it's basically like an opportunity that you converted and you just need to kind of close as one opportunity. So, yeah, I'll skip on this one. So for you to create a qualify a lead, right, to become an opportunity, what you need to do, go to that particular lead that you're about to convert into opportunity, click on the qualify, fill the forms here, and click on next. Okay. So once you click on next, then it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to be qualified to become an opportunity anyway. So like now you can see this is like a funnel, right? So once you come in as a lead, there are a lot of leads, right? A few of them will change into opportunity. And then when it becomes opportunity, it becomes something like say that means you've sold your service or your product through them. So, and to select an opportunity, okay, you can select an opportunity that you want after you've created you are trying to qualify lead, you can select an opportunity or you can create a new one. Okay, so this is what you need to do anyway. So, and you can click on the plus here to select an opportunity that you want to do. So those are the things that we were trying to do last week. So you can just click on plus, then it would allow you to create an opportunity from there. But if an opportunity is already created, you will see the list of opportunity and you can click on them anyway. So if you have any question, please do. Yeah, I know I'm going very fast. I need to make sure that I cover everything. But if you do have any question, please do put it on the chat. I would pick them as I go along. Okay. So yeah, so once you click on this create to create an opportunity, it will take you to this point where you have the form, right? And you can then put the form or fill the form rather. So what's the topic of the opportunity? Bear in mind, this is very, very important. Dynamics is as dynamic as it can be, right? So even though you are seeing topic, contact, account here, so as a BA, you might your organization might want you to change all this from topic or contact to a different thing, right? So you would then supply that. You will now, okay, what do you want the topic to be? Should it be a different thing or what should contact be? And yeah, because some people might want their contact to be clients or account to be client, not account. So those are the things that you will be writing the requirement for as a BA. Do you get it now? And as you are writing it, the quality assurance guys would be testing it based on that. And those are the things that you want to capture. Okay, so and also maybe I should also point this out so that you don't go out and click an opportunity and you find that you did not get topic and you didn't get any contact. So that will mean that it's being customized. So and they've kind of removed that, and maybe the company might say, I don't really want topic at all. So you don't start looking for topic on every opportunity. But this one I am showing you is what they call vanilla version of Dynamics 365. It's not the one that they've configured. It's how it's been from fresh, right? So, but companies are allowed to configure it based on what they want. And that is why each of these roles are important. If it's not configurable, then you don't need a BA, right? Yeah. So it's because it's configurable. Someone needs to write requirement of what you want to change, right? So that is the purpose of the BA within the Dynamics 365. Okay. And also, okay, sorry. Yeah. So I just need to bear that in mind that this might change as you go along based on the request. Okay, you need to look into that. So yeah, okay. So and okay, there's a question said earlier you mentioned customer engagement. Do you mean customer we also have access to Dynamics 365 platform? That is a good question, right? So when you're talking about customers, okay, customer will not have access to this, basically, right? Because as you can see, this will be the back end of every application, right? For instance, the customer will have their own front end where they engage, right? So, but at the back of that, you take this one as a engine, even though the customer are not seeing this, right? They are actually interacting with this one, whether through an API or through the fact that when they enter their detail, you'll be able to see that they'll be able to relate with this. But customers are not going to be getting access to this. That's why when you're about to enter this website, it's going to ask you email address anyway. So it's not going to be customer email address. It's going to be the company email addresses and everything. So that's why. So it's not something that customer will log into. Customer don't log into Dynamics 365. However, right, because the information that you are putting in there will be information about the company, about the customer. So as you are engaging with customers, you don't want to forget that information. You don't want to forget what you say, right? You've had an engagement with a customer, and the customer has supplied the information. Quickly, you need to put that in there. And it's so robust that even telephones, as you can see, even here, right? Telephone calls, emails, you can configure everything. Once you send an email to a particular customer, you can track it within Dynamics 365. The phone calls that you get from Dynamics 365, you can even initiate a call from Dynamics 365, right? And you can even record it and listen to it. It's so wide. It's so, yeah. So there's lots of things that you can do with it, right? Every sales funnel that you can, or process or workflow, you can actually capture that from here. That is very, very important. So as technically, as you are engaging with customer, you are tracking it. Do you get it now? You are ensuring that you don't forget any of the process anyway. But it's not like customers would kind of start using it. So, and the next question, so it can be customized. Yes, the answer is yes. And in fact, that is the beauty of Dynamics 365, is the fact that you can configure it. You won't see the same Dynamics 365 and in terms of text, right? But of course, even though you want to configure it, you will not be able to change the panel, right? The panel might be the same, will be the same thing, but maybe you will not, if as a company, I don't want my lead to be called lead, I can change it and give you a different name. I don't want to be called opportunity. I want it to be called maybe links. Do you get it now? Or prospect. Do you get it now? Now, when you come in, you won't see opportunity, you will see prospect. That's what we try to call it. We call it prospect. Right? So those are the things that you will see, right? And so, and some people might say, okay, business advantage or something, a competitive advantage instead of competitors or something like that. So those are the things. So they are all configurable, but the format will remain, right? They won't change the theme, they won't change anything. But of course, you could change the colors, right? You could change the colors, but you won't change the layout of how it is right now. Like I want this one not to be here, or no, that's how it's going to be anyway. But the content will change, right? So, okay, hope that is clear. Okay. Yeah, so now to create a contact, okay, or to add a contact to opportunity. Now we've created a contact, but you can, because for an opportunity to become alive, you want to be able to call that particular person, because opportunity is different from the person that brought the opportunity. So if you want to follow up with this opportunity, who is the person to contact? Who is the person to call? Do you get it now? So that is why you need to add a contact detail to an opportunity. Do you get it now? So, and for you to do that, for the opportunity that you created, you just need to click on the contact and add a new contact. Or if your contact is already created before, you can select it. Do you get? And you can type the name. So that's what you could do anyway. So now moving on to contact. What is contact? Contact is basically a person, right, that's got a relationship with that particular organization, right? And the person that you can reach out to in case of any feedback on that particular product. Okay. So, and that is what we call a contact. So, and this is applicable to keywords. Okay. So, and even I think BAs as well. Okay. For instance, most of these entities that we've discussed now, there's crude, right? So who can create, who can read, who can edit, who can, so those are the things that you also need to look into as a BA. So because not everyone should be able to create a contact, right? Who are the roles that should create a contact? Who should be able to read it? Do you get it now? For instance, let's say you are actually creating an entity for finance. And that means, of course, not a lot of people will be able to create it. In fact, even if it's been created, only a few people will be able to read it, right? So because even within the finance, you will see statements of an account, you will see purchases orders, you will see different things. So who can create a purchase order? Who can edit purchase order? You don't want everyone to be able to edit it. So as a BA, you want to write requirements and also put that in that as well to say this person, this role, this should be able to edit, who can delete. And in some cases, for some BAs or for some companies, they would completely remove ability to delete. So even if you do a mistake, you won't be able to delete. They will just say you can make it inactive because they don't want you to remove your track. Do you get it now? So you are able to delete everything. So even though you've created it and it's a mistake, you can make it inactive, right? So that people don't continue with that anyway, but you won't be able to delete. Those are the requirements that they'll be giving to you. And to be honest, even as a BA, those are the requirements that you'll be proposing. You'll be telling them, do we really want delete? Right. Because sometimes customers or the client that is asking you to build this to might not even know, right? I think that's why you are here to learn what are the questions that you need to be asking. Do you get it now? Do we need everybody to be deleting? Do we need everybody to be updating? So, and for every of the roles, you need to know that. And what are they editing? What are they deleting? What are they adding? Do you get it now? Those are the things that you want. So, because you need to know all the fields and you can be able to make a recommendation to say, oh, we don't need this, we need that, we need that. So, because for instance, even as we go along, I'm going to show you a few ones as well, because in some cases, the vanilla one, there are a lot of fees. Some of them are redundant. Some of them are not necessary. As a BA, you want to fine-tune them. You want to say, we don't need this, we don't need that, you need that. And that is what your role is. And once you've written that, and then the keyway would kind of then start to test on that one. So moving on to account, okay. For account, right, you would kind of attach an account to a particular, okay, it actually represents a company, but you would then attach it to maybe an opportunity or a lead. Do you get it now? But technically that, just a company or that you want. But some other companies will use an account not for a company. They will use an account for a particular individual as well. For instance, let's say bank now, I might register, I have an account. At that point, is an account, even though I'm not a company. Do you get it now? So, and some other company will say account should be a company. Do you get it now? So that is the beauty about Dynamics. It's kind of, you can configure it to your own taste anyway. So, but within that, within the account, you include the contact information. Even the contact information can be external contact or internal contact anyway. So what are the information of that particular company or individual? Categories and addresses and everything. So, and to be honest, you are it's okay to add more features or more fields to the account form anyway. And you can, another beauty thing as well within Dynamics is the fact that you can have several forms of accounts, but you just need to decide which one is going to be the primary one anyway, and you can make that. So you can have a child account or a candidate, then so it's very, very important for you to know this anyway. Now within that accounting anyway, so you can know how to manage it as well. So the workflow, the activities and everything. So, and the level of the account within that anyway. So now a quick question before we go ahead. That's a question. If you can type it on the chat, what exactly is Colac? What is Colac? Let's just have a pause. What is Colac? I've mentioned this before just to see if you are following what's Colac. If you can put on the chat, or if you want to unmute and say it, that also is fine. What is COLAC? What does COLAC stand for?
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Deji. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, COLAC is contacts, opportunities, leads, and accounts. And yeah, and case, that's the last one, yeah.
Thank you, Lole. So thank you. I'm not sure that you've registered. So if you have not registered for the dynamics, I'm happy to give you 50% discount. Thank you, Lole. So for
Thank you,
that,
sir.
yes, yeah. So if you have not registered, I think, yeah, we're done. It shows that you are actually listening. So thank you. I know a lot of people are now putting on the chat, which is good anyway. Thank you. So it's contact, opportunity, lead, account, and cases. Okay. So that is COLAC. Okay. COLAC, that's the basic entity. There, I say basic because there are other entities within the Dynamics 365 anyway. So now let's move to the next one, which is the C, contact. Okay. So which I've already kind of briefly talk about anyway, is basically an individual. So when you move opportunity is just the potential sales that particular person. So and leads, we know the leads. I've also mentioned that anyway. So is that particular person interested in your product? Then account is basically a company, right? So and that's that. So now moving to cases, right? So and cases are literally an incident, right? Some of us, we've worked with incident report manager and everything. So as a customer, you are not happy with something, right? They will ask you to log a request, okay? Or they'll ask you to create a ticket. So at that point, when you are doing that, you might also be interacting with Dynamics 365 without knowing, because the front end might not look at like what you are seeing. I'll show to you, but at the back, when you are entering those forms, it's going to be ending into Dynamics 365 for management opportunities, so that they can manage it very well, and so that when someone, and also the person that's going to be treating your cases or your requests will open Dynamics 365 and then send messages to you to say thank you for that, blah blah blah, and then so then you would then get an email, right? And you'll be able to respond, but they will be responding through Dynamics 365. They get all the logs and everything. So that's how this works anyway. So with that, so I'm going to skip this one because I've worked on this one, and this is opportunity. Yeah, this is basically adding opportunity, add the account to opportunity, which I think I've mentioned. You feed that, and that's it anyway. So you have your opportunity created. So and lead qualification, I think I've mentioned that as well. So and you can do that. So and yeah, different stages that you can actually take your leads through, that which are also mentioned. So once you qualify a lead, you can also develop it as well. So then after that, you will see the propose, and yeah, what are the things that you want to do at the propose stage? You want to identify the sales team, you want to develop that proposal. So at this point, you just need to kind of mark it as complete if it's already done before it goes to the close session. So once it's closed, that means that opportunity is closed, right? So, and having done that, you are not completely closed, even though it's there. So you still need to kind of click on if that opportunity is closed as won or is closed as lost, okay? And those are the things that you would kind of do. So this is now me actually, there's a screenshot of the one I did to say, okay, yeah, I want to close this opportunity as one. Then it's going to ask you what is the revenue of this opportunity, what is the close date, and the competitor. So it's really, really good. As you can see, even for data analyst guys, or there are a lot of data, right? So for instance, they can ask you, okay, for this opportunity, who are the competitors? And you should be able to kind of go into that particular data and bring out the competitors for the stakeholders anyway. So yeah. And this is another, as you can see, this should look familiar to the data analyst guys because this is I think, yeah, maybe I should ask, there's a particular word that this is called, right, in data analysis. Do you have any of data analysis here? So any data analyst that what is it this called? So
It's a joy.
not really. Yeah, I think not really. There's a particular word that data analysts will call this, and it starts with S. Yeah. So scattered.
Scatter
What?
point. Scatter point.
Yeah.
That's a scattered chart. What's
Okay.
scattered charts? Okay.
So yeah, so basically, so as you can see, this is a representation of a data, right? So it's a scatter plot anyway, so that you see all those spots, right? So they actually represent a particular entity or a stage. Yeah, you can see this is basically different opportunities. How many of these opportunity are qualified? Those are the one, right? How many are developed? How many are proposed? How many are closed? Right. So they are now represented in this particular plot, right? So, and per day, and also you can see the smaller one, I think for the DA is they know this anyway because there's magnitude in terms of revenue. So that's where they put that in there, small, big, and everything you can see. So, and they have the rating, whether they are warm or they are cold. Warm means they're still kind of something that we can push. Is hot, maybe, yeah, let's kind of, yeah, it's close, and we need to actually win this one because, yeah, the probability of winning also is there anyway. So those information are really, really important that even the DA will be interested in bringing that out as well. Okay, so and okay, and I think someone is asking me about, I think I have this anyway. So this is the question before I go to that. So you can also create quote anyway. So, but yeah, as you can see, quote an is another entity, but it's not part of the main entity anyway. You can also create a quote, but the last basic one that we want to talk about, which someone already asked, how do we create a case anyway? So a case, like I said, yeah, is basically what I've said before. What you just need to do is go to services at the bottom, click on cases, right? Then from there, you will see new, click on new, right? Then after you click on the new, then you will see this form created and you can fill the case title and the ID would be there automatically. It's locked. You don't need to put an ID. So you can as well put a subject, then what customer is that related to, right? So you put that and origin of that case, whatever happened, the contact and everything. So you can put those details in. So, and that's it. Yeah. So, and yeah, and I think I've got only 5 more minutes to the end of this guy. So yeah, I know I've kind of rushed this one right now for us to kind of get this end to end in terms of basic Dynamic 365 anyway. But as you go along in this particular course, right? So it's going to, I think from now we'll have 7 more weeks to actually finish this. It's going to, like I said, my basic objective is to touch base on role specific as a BA, as a QA, as a DA, as a Scrum Master. What are your roles? Okay, if you are a Scrum Master and you are working within a Dynamics, or you think, because sometimes you can see a particular application because you've not actually seen it, you don't know what you need to do, then you are scared to take a role. But after today or after I end of the program, that will not be. You'll be able to talk and okay, yeah. And even if you go for an interview, you talk about, yeah, Kolak, they know that you actually got something anyway. So that's what I'm actually trying to achieve in this particular session. But for those ones that still want to progress further, yeah, opportunity is there as well. So thank you so much for listening to me. I'll stop sharing, then I'll ask if anyone has got any question before we finish today's session. Any question? So, okay. So I've sent the link again for those guys that are still interested. So, if you have registered and you are not in the group, please ensure that you check your email. If not, please send an email to me. Okay. So if you don't know me, okay, you can send an email to admin@blueskycitadel.com or .org, anyone. Anyway, so send an email to that saying I've registered, I haven't been added, or I did not see the email to be added to the group, right? Because from next week you won't get the link again. Okay, you will only get the link from the group anyway. So okay. And another question, Deji, for us to engage with Dynamics 365, do we need installation guide? No, you don't need the installation guide. So I would give you a portal. Even if you are working at work, they will already set it up for you. They will just send you a link. You will get it now. So then from that, you then see. You don't need any installation anyway for that. So I'll be giving a link. So the link would then be similar to the pages I've shown to you, and then you'll be able to work on that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Any other question? I've got 2 more minutes and that's it anyway. And thank you so much for those guys that I will not see later. So from next week, thank you for listening to me. Your time is so precious. Hopefully it's been useful for you, even for now, as a knowledge to know how dynamics works anyway. So, and I'll love to hear from you later. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night. Yeah. Cheers,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deji. Good night.
Thank you, Deji. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Right.
Bye.
God do that. Safe journey.
Thank you very much.